What's going on, homies? I'm here today with a car review. First of the kind for the channel. I'm really excited. Got my buddy Matt here.
Howdy.
And today we have the beautiful, the infamous, the gorgeous, the Green Machine. Check this thing out. Now driving Matt's 2001 CRV EX, four-wheel drive, manual 5-speed. A couple things about this car. Stock, it should be about 146 horsepower with the original V20B motor, and it would weigh around 32 to 3,400 pounds. But this beauty's got powered windows, powered locks, makes a 22 mile per gallon, I believe, highway, or 24 highway, one of the two. But you know, enough about the boring shit. Let's get to the mods. So this thing's got a B18 C1 head from an Integra Type R and fully forged internals. I think the only thing on the inside that's stock is the cams and the block sleeve. If you are ever to do this kind of engine swap on any sort of Honda, I can tell you right off the bat, first impressions, it is really gnarly. This thing is sweet. So it's also got Yonaka coilovers, which are really nice. Test the feeling right now. Definitely tight, but for budget coilovers, they're really nice. Oh my gosh! This is so awesome! I'm sorry, this car is just so much fun. I'm really trying to focus here. But, so this car's got a fully stock exhaust other than a MagnaFlow muffler, and it sounds really nice. The transmission shifts beautifully. With the 5th gear from the Accord added, the fuel mileage is great and it runs really smooth. But there's also a limited slip differential in the front added to the car, which is really nice for when he tracks the vehicle itself. Because of this, he has to use a special gear oil for the transmission and differential itself. So speaking on the engine, everything's been touched. All the bearings, all the seals, everything you could possibly think of. And I said it was built forged internals. So they just decided to revamp the whole thing and start from scratch. Only 3,000 miles on the thing, all done by him and the previous owner when it was built, which basically makes this thing a tank, like a freaking tank. Completely reliable. As everyone knows, it's a Honda engine. It's never going to go bad. You can beat the living crap out of this thing and it'll still want to go. Let's do a pull real quick. Oh my god. Holy shit. This thing feels really nice. So this thing's making 210 wheel and 250 crank, and you can definitely feel it. Definitely punches you in the nuts a little bit, and it is so freaking awesome. Driving experience is really nice. He's got these Corbu seats for the driver, and the passenger and everyone else just gets stock, but definitely cutting costs for the daily, because what better than making a fun budget build than going with the CRV? You know what I mean? You can interchange, interswap anything you want. The platform is great. It's huge. You have a ton of engine bay space, ton of space everywhere, honestly. And man, is this thing great. Like, this thing is just... I'm having so much fun driving this car. I'm forgetting about things to say in this video. It's so freaking awesome. I love it. So we're going to pull over real quick. I'm going to flip the camera over to Matt, and he's going to talk about his impressions of the car, talk about some quick things about it, and just get you guys informed in case you are thinking of purchasing a 2001 CRV.
So I bought the car about 2 to 3 months ago. I've just been using it for normal daily duties, you know, driving to and from work, the grocery store. I got plenty of room for groceries in there, room for 5 passengers, full AC, full power steering. I'm not turboed yet, so I've been able to retain both of those. AC is ice cold, heat's hot. So with this motor, you can see immediately right off the bat, it doesn't look like a normal B-Series motor of any kind. So you can see the distributor, there's no wires coming out of it, there's nothing. That's because I've gone with the coil-over plug conversion by VMF Racing. These plugs are based off of the K24 coil, so that just helps with tuning and whatnot. Not really a necessity, however, it looks cool and I like it. So down here, I've got 1320 4-to-1 headers. They are the big 2 headers that they offer. They're not the greatest quality, I'll admit to that. I'd rather have some skunk too. However, money is a factor in that. I have an AEM fuel rail that goes to RC 650cc injectors. Injectors are nowhere near being maxed out, as they've got 210 horsepower at the wheels. I've got an Aeromotive fuel pressure regulator, Skunk 2 intake manifold, Skunk 2 throttle body, HPS intake. I've got these AN fittings that go to the fuel rail because performance. I have a shot peened and balanced crank, the stock crank. I have Manley rods, Wiseco pistons, 10.6 to 1 compression ratio over the 9 to 1 stock. So a little bit higher compression, better for naturally aspirated applications. The head has been machined and ported. SuperTech valves with stock springs and stock retainers, which is a little sketchy based off of the 8200 RPM redline. However, I've had no issues with the valve catching or a valve slipping or anything related to that. Keeping all the power in place is the 1320 78A durometer poly black motor mounts. About a week after I bought the car and did some hard rips in it, the motor was moving about 8 degrees in the engine bay. Every time you get on a little over quarter throttle, the whole engine would go. So there's that.
This thing definitely punches. I felt that. It's crazy.
I've got all LED lights all over, just so you know I can see a lot better than 20-year-old light bulbs.
Candle lit.
Yeah, for sure. It also helps me live in the area with all the rich people in their brand new cars with xenon headlights. So I can also blind people in addition to having visibility at night.
Very nice. Very practical.
Very practical.
So what's it like as a daily?
You know, it's not the best.
Really?
I say that just because of the motor mounts. It sounds like things are falling off of the car. It's going to rattle itself loose, but it gets good gas mileage. I can go about a week and a half without having to fill up.
Nice.
Which is significantly better than some other cars that I've owned and driven. So I did my first autocross event in this car after being out of the game for 2 to 3 years about. I used to autocross Miatas and Civics back in the day. However, I've got my big fat Civic right here.
You've upgraded a little bit.
Yeah, it's basically just an oversized EK, as you can use a lot of the same EK parts. You can use EK upper control arms, the lower control arms and everything. Bushing kits are exactly the same in the front. The rear, not so much because it's all-wheel drive. However, seat brackets and all that stuff bolt right in. I've actually got an SI cluster, which is a pretty common and pretty easy mod. Everything plugs right in. And that's what has the shift light at 8200 RPM. Tracking, it's all right. It's not a race car by any means. It still does daily duty, but it'll keep up with some faster cars. Definitely punches well above its weight for what it looks like stock. And when I was racing it, everyone wanted ride-alongs. They're like, hey, can I come ride in your car? I'm like, sure, come see what it's all about. And it does pretty good. You do the shoe test with boots.
Ooh.
It just barely fits. So this right here, it's a little ghetto, ain't it? Now that's strictly for the memes. As you can see without these on, it's a nice quality looking lug nut. We like quality around here. These just screw back on.
And that's for the track, right? If someone's next to you.
Yes, sir.
When you're racing those GT3s.
It reminds me, you know, it's really down to the nostalgia of playing a Mario Kart Double Dash and seeing Bowser's cart with those spikes on it always made me want to have spikes on my wheels, so now I've got them.
There's always a story. All right, everyone. So thank you so much for watching the review on Matt's Green Beast. Make sure to follow him on Instagram. I'll put it up right here and a link in the bio as well. This build is super awesome, and Matt is a big mechanic guy, so he will be definitely making more builds in the future and doing a lot of track and autocross around Texas. So if you see him on the track, be sure to try and gap him or beat his time. I think that'd be really sick.
Good luck.
But good luck, because do not sleep on the Sleeper CRV. All right, catch you later. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, M3Woke. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Peace.